Welcome, everyone, to Community Chronicles, a DDPY community video interview series. This is episode 22, Parental Season 2, episode 6. My guest for this episode is a witchy woman suffering from Benjamin Button disease. You may know her from her recent Fabulous Friday fame, Natasha Pence Bigl. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are ya?
Great. I had to spit a curse on your name in honor of your witchiness.
Part, right? Like you just had to spit it, and yeah,
it got stuck in there. So Natasha has been having major success here, and not quite just 1 year of DDPY. Not just dropping major weight, but aging in reverse. She's also someone who has recently. It's been great to see her kind of open herself up to the community and stop being shy and start being real.
Right.
So Natasha, why don't you give us the short version of how you came to find the DDPY program and what it's done for you?
Okay. So I know Sam Alba in the wild, like outside DDPY. I know him for real life. Yeah, for real life. And so I started seeing him posting his videos and all that kind of stuff on his personal page, because I worked with Sam. He was an employee of mine, and I started seeing him just all these fantastic changes he was doing, right? And I was like, what is he doing? What's he doing? And so I finally messaged him, because I had done keto at one point and dropped some weight and then gained as keto did for me. I just gained a lot of it back, right? So it just didn't stick for me. So I asked him what he was doing. I wasn't working. We weren't working in the same place anymore. And he was like, so I'm doing this thing called DDPY. And and he showed it to me, and he was like, hey, you can get a free trial of it. You should give it a shot. And I was like, man, nothing else is working, so I might as well, right? And so I purchased the trial week, or no, I didn't purchase that, obviously, because it was a trial week. So, but I did that, and it felt like it was doable. So I had gotten kind of heavy, and jumping around doing jazzercise or Zumba was not in my life, right? It just was not going to happen. So, but this was someplace where I could start, and I liked the fact that in the sessions they showed you how to modify, which is what I needed at the beginning. So that's kind of how I got started, and it just kind of stuck, and I started getting results, and I was like, well, hell, I might as well stick with this shit. It's working, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of kept press and play.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things about the program is, it's almost one of the reasons why it's great that you do it by yourself, is that when it's just you and that app, you don't have to be ashamed to modify, right? You got nobody to keep up with.
No, and I started, I tell people this a lot. When they ask me how I started, I was like, I started in my bedroom and locked the door. Nobody else got to see me exercise for a long time, because I was embarrassed, and I couldn't move my body the way I wanted to. And, it was hard, and I just kind of wanted to do it myself. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, and before I let anybody else see the crazy going on. So it was a big deal when I first opened the door and left the door open while I was exercising. My daughter came in. She's like, are you going to really let somebody see you? And I was like, don't look at me, walk away.
Well, that's great. But yeah, there's one of my favorite sayings. I think Bruce Nelson has a t-shirt that says it's you versus you.
For sure.
That's all this program is. It's get over your own shit, right? And do the best that you can. And if you can't do it, it just means you can't do it yet. So
exactly. And I think once you start seeing the results, and you just well, I'm just going to hit play the next time. I'm going to hit play the next time. And I think it just, as long as you're consistent, things happen. Even when you're plateauing and things like that, it's about that consistency piece.
I agree. Just do something, because you're certainly not going to get better at it if you don't practice.
Right.
So, I think it's awesome that you were brought into the community by a real person.
A real person that I knew in the wild. Like I didn't.
Yes, and not just any person. Sam Melville Jr., if you could say anything for Sam, it's that he has balls of steel when it comes to sharing his story.
Oh my God.
He has. Yes. Yeah, everywhere. And one of my favorite things to watch lately is Sam Elba's TikTok reactions to his trolls, to his haters. Those are some of my favorite things to watch, because I'm just like, yeah, you tell that asshole what's up. And so I have great respect for Sam. Recently, he's been having some great success again, and that makes my heart happy to see. And then now that I know that I get to thank him for bringing Morning Tasha into my life, just one more reason to appreciate the guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm super thankful for Sam. I think without that video, I'm in a different place. Him posting those videos, I'm in a different place. And I kind of like where I'm at now. I mean, it's working for me. So, and I kind of like it. So, I'm super appreciative that he had the balls to post that wherever, on all of his platforms. I won't I don't want to post my DDPY life on my personal page yet.
Yep, I'm still there with you. I'm at a year, and I think I've posted one DDPY thing out to everybody else, right? But that's mostly just because I don't want to deal with the "what are you doing?" Those questions.
Yeah. So, I kind of keep my two lives separate.
Yeah, well, and I also, these days, as a working adult, you have to keep in mind too that you have to kind of curate what goes on your social media pages a little bit. If there's any chance that you're worried about, getting a job or anything like that someday. Yeah, I've had some friends get pretty creative with my DDPY content, and I have no need to get that stuff all over the internet, because I might want to be CEO one day. But I think that so another thing that I think is maybe unique is because I was kind of the same way, right? So you found out about the program and you tried it before coming to the Facebook group, and the social media aspect, where I think we see a lot of people who join that first and maybe just lurk, and there's no shame in that, but they lurk for a while before ever actually trying the program or even knowing what it is. And so I think that when you try the program first and then find out, oh my God, there's thousands of other people doing this too, that helps you engage more. So what difference has it made getting involved in the online community for you?
Oh, that's a great question. So like, I am an extrovert. I mean, strange, right? Like that's how I work. And that's where I feel best, is like with people. And I think I've always thought being heavy and trying to remedy being heavy was very isolating. So I think that for some people, well, for me, being isolated is not a victory, is not going to help me at all. It's not a victory condition. It's not a win condition. I'm not going to be successful. So when I was able to get into when I found the Facebook community, I was like, there are people here that are like me, and it felt good. And I was intimidated to post anything. I mean, it took me a while to post just any one thing. But it was nice seeing everybody and seeing other people struggle and other people sharing and being in the same place. And I didn't have to feel isolated, and I didn't have to just share that shame really and not belonging by being heavy, right? Because sometimes when we're heavy, we don't fit in chairs. We can't ride the rides with our kids. We can't do these things. And so there's this real sense of not belonging. But when you go to this Facebook group with DDPY, you belong. You're in the right place. And I think Mike Phelps was one of the, when I first posted, he came in right away and he's like, you're in the right place. You belong here. And I was like, what a powerful thing to say to people that struggle with isolation and not belonging, right?
Yeah, and that's Mike is great at that, at
Oh,
making people
Anthony?
feel like they belong. Yeah. So I appreciate Mike Phelps for the very same thing. But you're right. I mean, we got people of every flavor of the rainbow in the DDPY community, because it's not just heavy people. There are plenty of those, but there's people, you know, who are trying to overcome injuries or chronic illness or addiction. Yeah, so it's great. You get to see people from all kinds of walks of life fighting, using the same tool to overcome different challenges. But we face a lot of the same struggles, no matter what our addiction or our affliction may be. And when you see other people open up and get vulnerable and realize, okay, well, this is a private group. I mean, some asshole could screenshot it and post it on Reddit, but they don't. Not to give anybody ideas, you assholes, but yeah, the extroverted thing is big for me too. Obviously, I'm a talker. I do a YouTube show for 18 people. So it's one of those things where I needed an outlet. Like when I'm enjoying something, I need to talk to other people about it without creeping them out and driving them away, which is what happens in public, where you go into multi-level marketing mode. And before you know it, people are going, oh God, no, hey, you want to sell me a shake too? And then they just walk away. So I think for me, that has made a big difference. It's important not to get lost in it. Because we do see that where, you know, don't let that become your whole reason for doing it. I've had this talk with a few people. I don't know if I mentioned it in an episode before, but the analogy that I use for the people who kind of end up chasing the clicks and the likes and stuff is don't mistake thirst for hunger. Similar to your nutrition, right? If you get really hungry, chug a bunch of water first, because you're probably thirsty, not hungry. Now, in regards to social media, what I mean by that is remember why you came here and why you started doing this in the first place. It wasn't getting people to comment and like you. It was because you're trying to build a better you. So don't ever forget that. Stay hungry for that. Don't lose sight of it by getting thirsty for social media attention.
I've told somebody, I had somebody reach out after the Fabulous Friday thing, and they're like, well, I'm so glad that you post. And I was like, so I'm just gonna let you in on a secret. Posting's for me. Like I post to keep myself accountable and to keep my shit real. I'm glad it helps other people, but like for me, it's really about like, if I put it out, if I speak it out in the universe, if I put it out there, then I have to own that shit, right? Like I have to do it, you know, so it helps keep me on the level.
And I'm more of a commenter, you know. You'll find me more often there than posting my own stuff for that very reason. Like I'm there to, if I want to support other people, if I need to post something for accountability, I'm thankful I've got multiple little groups where I can share that stuff, where they're keep making sure that I'm doing the work every day. And if I've got a message or something fun that I think everybody should see, then I share that. And like you said, if it helps somebody, great. But a lot of times we're doing it for ourselves, whether it's a celebration of a success or just to hold ourselves accountable. So, yeah,
you know, I think this, I don't want to say journey, but this experience with DDPY has let
hashtag journey sucks.
I know, like, it's more, I don't know what to call it, but it's just like my life, I guess. And I think the one thing that I've learned through this year is that it's okay for me to be selfish, you know, and being selfish is actually a giving thing to like the people around me and that kind of thing. But like, I think that was a hard thing to kind of come to, was like, it's okay to just be selfish about you and to get the things that you want, and kind of tune into that and go after it, because nobody else is going to give it to you. You're going to have to go get it yourself.
That's perfect. So I guess I've got one other question here that's in the back of my mind, is like, what's next for Tasha?
Oh, what's next? That's a good one. So, one of my bigger thing I want to do is I want to play soccer with my daughter, right? I don't want to play like on a league or anything like that, but I want to get on the field and I want to share what's what. Like I mean, I low key want to like bump into her and go into a tackle on a collision with her, but like just because she's really good at what she does, and I'd also like to deny her a few goals. I was a goalie,
Oh, cool.
so I'd like to kind of say like, take a shot on mom, and no, you can't have it, you know. So like, what's next for me with that is like I've started jogging to kind of build up my capacity to play soccer again. And I think back to like the Tasha of a year ago, and that was not even something that was doable. I mean, that's not anything that I would have even remotely been able to even entertain. And just to be able to like run a mile now, I mean, what? Like, that's crazy shit. But like, I can run a mile, like solid, like a mile, you know, and that's not, might not be a big deal to a lot of other people, but like a year ago, couldn't fucking do that.
I can't do it. So, I mean, I can run a mile. Like if you add, right, I could run a mile if you just added up multiple short sprints with long breaks in between. But I couldn't. You know, soccer is an intense cardiovascular sport, right?
Right.
The best athletes in the world play soccer because it takes a lot out of you. So I think that's an awesome goal to have. And I can relate. There's nothing I love more in life than absolutely crushing my kids in any sport. Now, granted, your daughter's a teenager. My oldest kid is about 10, you know, so it's not quite the same level. These days aren't going to last forever, though. I got to take advantage of it while I can.
Oh, sure.
So,
they're going to kick our ass soon. So like, we've got to use our mouth while we can. I
am going to block every layup from behind, and I am going to box them out on every dunk attempt. So that's just how that's going to be. Yeah.
And I think the other thing, like I'm hitting my year and I'm down almost, I have a couple more pounds to hit the 60. I wanted to lose 60 pounds my first year. And right. So I'm hoping I hit that. I'm going to try real hard, but like, I'm hoping in 2022, I can hit the mythical minus 100. Like that would be badass if I could do that.
That would be absolutely. And I love that 60 is almost perfect, because what did you do? If you would have said to yourself, man, I got to lose 60 pounds back when you started last February, March, whatever it was.
I'd have been like, fucking, you're not going to.
And then, yeah. But if you said to yourself, I just want to lose 5 pounds a month, right? Dallas talked about it on a live today. You know, she set those smaller goals. Well, look, you've done it. You've lost 5 pounds each month, and now you're only a couple pounds away from that 60 in a year. So to lose 40 next year, totally doable. My goal for next year is just to finally earn this trophy that I got in 2018 for Father's Day. I feel like it's been a sham for the last 4 years to have this world's best dad bod trophy. But come on. Yeah, but I'm gonna earn that this year. So what do you say we roll into some rapid fire questions?
Okay, bring it.
So what I did for this one was I sourced these questions from your tribe, from people who know you in the DDPY community. All right. So if you have small children in the room, it's probably a good idea to either throw some headphones on or pause it until those children leave. So the first one that we got is what's your favorite curse word?
Fuck. I use that a lot.
So what is harder, a broken table crunch or not using the word fuck?
I use them both together. I think I call them, what was it? The broken table motherfucking crunches is what I call them. So yeah, I use them all together. So I don't know. Broken table is probably pretty bad for me.
Okay, we got another what's harder. Let's see here. Dollhouse down dog or locating Anthony's abductors?
It's probably going to have to be locating Anthony's abductors. Haven't found them yet. get
Yeah,
really worried
little
about him.
that one's a little inside, but what are your thoughts on skydiving?
Oh my God. Well, it scares the shit out of me, but eventually I'm going to do it once I hit some goals.
Okay.
And Rob and Bob and I think Mike are going to do that with me.
Wow. Well, good for you guys. You can have it. Um, what's more
Bob said he
entertaining?
was going to film it, but we've got him now jumping out of the plane, so it'll be fine.
All right. Can't wait to see it. Uh, what's more entertaining, a morning Tasha or drunk Tasha?
Oh, drunk Tasha is way more entertaining.
Okay.
She, she texts and messages people in random ways and then doesn't remember them. So
this one here, I know this one came from Michael Murphy. If you could punch any DDPY instructor in the throat, who would it be?
who would it be? Oh my God. Any DDPY instructor in the throat, who would it be?
And this is all tongue in cheek, of course.
Well, I mean, I guess it would depend on a workout's better though. Like, damn, I'm having a hard time with that one.
Yeah. Which instructor's workouts tend to just get you pissed off, irritate you the most? In a good way, though.
That irritate me the most?
Which ones make you curse the most during your workout?
The one that's recently got me was the Christina's was it Butt Blaster? I did that one by accident.
The rock and roll butt blaster, yeah.
Well, because I was like, it's called Butt Blaster. Like, I kind of totally want to know what that's about. Like, in rock and roll, like, I'm totally confused. I want to see what that's all about. And I was like, fuck, that's what that's about, is exactly what that's about. And I cussed a lot.
Yeah, Christina will make me curse too. All right,
yeah.
What's the best part of your DDPY adventure so far?
Best part of my DDPY adventure so far would probably have to be kind of, I have two. One's like the mental shift, and then because I have like a lot of negative shit up in here, you know, so like getting this to quiet down so that I can do some real fucking work is pretty amazing shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of cuss words all in a row, but that's
right.
okay.
I replace all the cuss words with shampoo.
Oh, nice. So there's going to be a lot of shampoo in this one. And the other one was like the tribes that I've developed, you know, the friendships I've developed. That seems so weird because it's all online and I haven't met any of these people, but I feel really connected to them. And I think they're the difference maker for me, honestly.
In 2022, online friends are real friends.
Real friends.
That's the world we live in today. So what is the worst advice you've ever received?
Eat less calories.
Good one. Yeah, a lot of people think that just you eat less calories, you're going to lose weight. No, got to fuel that body too.
Well, yeah, it didn't go well for me. So eat less calories was a sham.
Best advice you've ever received?
Do it again tomorrow.
Awesome. All right. There's the rapid fires. One last thing, not the last, second to last thing we ask everybody to do to remind people the show is about community is to pick a member or two of the DDPY community that you think deserves a little bit of recognition and tell us why.
Recognition.
Just shout them out.
Oh, is this my list that I made?
Oh, you have a list. Yes,
it's total list.
It's for the list. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So my shout outs would go to Bob Wright, Mike Phelps, Mike Pollard, Michael Murphy, Johanna, I think it's Johanna.
Yep.
McBride, Jeremy Vroblik, and that's probably said wrong.
He won't care. He doesn't watch.
And Mark DeCecco and the infamous Rob Ramsey.
It's quite the list there.
I did make a list.
All right. Well, why? In general, why?
They all have really helped me like try to figure my shit out, right? Like I and they keep me honest with myself. So,
Awesome.
I think, again, you know, I told you, like, some of what happens for you here is kind of selfishly based, like it feels selfish, but like, I think it really helped with a lot of my movement, you know, is just them kind of either giving me the, keeping me on the path, like just hit play, or, you know, just go do your damn workout, or asking me to like be really honest with myself when I'm giving myself a lot of bullshit. So
awesome. All right. Well, that's a great group of people there. I wasn't arguing with any of them. So
yeah.
one last thing then, Tasha, that everybody's got to do here on the show, and that's just give us a bang to shut her down.
Shut her down. Okay. Oh, you can barely see me in here. Bang!
All right. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to do this tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.